Hello, this is Danny. Welcome to a whole nother awesome review. Today I'll be reviewing the Halloween Complete Collection 15 Disc Deluxe Edition. So let's break it down here, everyone. Here we go. This is the Holy Grail of Halloween editions, of course, from Anchor Bay and Scream Factory. Yeah! So this runs for about 90 bucks at Best Buy and Future Shop. It goes for $115 to $150 on Amazon and eBay, depending on who you buy it from. Considering that it's limited edition, and you know, you can see some heavy prices for this. So let's break it down. What do I think of this edition? Is it worth the money? Basically, it comes with this nice little booklet right here, talking about all the different Halloween movies. And you can see John Carpenter, all the information. It really reminds me of like basically the Nightmare on Elm Street DVD edition, where it came with that really nice booklet. It reminds me a lot of that, actually. It's really cool. It comes with all these different, pictures and talking about, the movie. It's really cool. I really like it. So let's talk about, about the different movies. So here is my opinion on the Halloween movies and also the transfers. So let's break it down with the original Halloween. This is, of course, the new transfer of Halloween, as you can see right here. What do I think of this? I thought that this was one of the most overhyped Blu-rays of them all. Now, is it the best looking out of all the Blu-rays in the collection? I would say no. But then you gotta realize that Halloween was only made on $320,000 basically. So it's not going to be the best looking Blu-ray, even though it's, been color corrected and, made to look better basically. But a lot of people said this was like, the most amazing Blu-ray. But I think that, I just thought that it looked a little, I don't know, not up to par, basically. Because I do own the original Blu-ray, and I didn't see a huge improvement on this Blu-ray. But what I did see an improvement on was the sound. You get, of course, you get Dolby Digital True HD 7.1 sound, which sounds amazing, basically. Halloween has never sounded so good. But the transfer itself is not much of an upgrade from the original Blu-ray, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people disagree with me on this, and a lot of people love the new transfer, but for me, I wouldn't justify it as paying like $25 for it or $19 just to upgrade from a $10 Blu-ray disc to this. Unless, of course, you're a sound fanatic, then this is definitely worth the upgrade, basically. Now, the special features on here, they have On Location 25 Years Later feature. All the, features are pretty much what you would find on, a normal Halloween Blu-ray, except, of course, you have a couple of new different things. The Night She Came Home feature. You have this, new documentary with Jamie Lee Curtis going around talking to the fans about Halloween, and that's really cool. And there's a new audio commentary. There's a TV version footage on here, okay? And interestingly enough, of course, I don't know if a lot of fans know this, but on the Halloween 2 Rob Zombie version, you, at the very back, you'll see the Halloween The Complete Collection bonus disc. And you get to watch the TV version of Halloween. But unfortunately, this is really unacceptable in my opinion. You get to see it in HD, but the added scenes from the TV version is in standard definition. Oh my god, that sucks. because I wanted to watch the HD version of the TV version without, you know, being interrupted from going from an HD version to a standard version, because I don't like it when they do that, when they have an HD edition and they go to like standard def. It kind of reminds me of like the new Beavis and Butthead Blu-ray that just came out of the new season, and when they're going to like talking about music videos, it goes to standard def from HD, and it just does not mix right. And I hate it when they do that. It's such a disappointment, because I really wanted to watch the extended cut TV edition in full HD, and that really pisses me off because I spent a lot of money on this edition, and it's really disappointing for me as a Halloween fan, basically. So points off for that. So if you want to hear a little complaint by me, there's a little complaint there. Also on this edition, I felt like they didn't add enough new special features, because, you know, this goes for like, you know, if you get this separately, you can see this go for $19 to $25. I've seen it go for $25 in Canada. Now I know it's cheaper in America, of course, but this goes for a lot of money separately in Canada, the new transfer. And I just feel like it could have been better. It could have looked better. I know it was made on a low budget, but I think they could have did a better transfer. But the sound quality is amazing. And if I was to rate this out of 10, the picture I would give... I know I'm being harder on this, of course, because I am comparing it to the original Blu-ray, and they always said this was a step up from the original Blu-ray, which I don't think that it was. So when I'm comparing this, I'm actually comparing this to the original Blu-ray. Okay, so let's take that in consideration. If I was to rate it out of 10, I would say I would give it a 7 out of 10. Now that's not saying, because I'm going to give this a harder review because everyone said this is one of the most amazing transfers ever, where in my opinion it could have been a lot better. It could have looked a lot cleaner. There's a lot of grain in it that could have been cleaned up. The colors could have looked a lot, you know, brighter. Now I know that this was, of course, approved by John Carpenter himself. He went and approved this edition because he wanted to look a certain way. But at the same time, I don't think it's up to par. I think it could have been better. Now that's just in my opinion. Now I respect everybody on here, you know, that has their own opinion on the transfer. So please don't give me any backlash about that you disagree with me about that. It's just my opinion, right? So that's what I'm gonna, you know, give it a 7 out of 10. Now I'm being harder on this, of course, because we're comparing the original Blu-ray. Now the sound quality is a step up. The sound quality, of course, gets a 10 out of 10 for me, and as a whole, I would give this edition a solid, you know, 8 out of 10 for sound quality and picture. But I wouldn't say it's absolutely perfect. I think it could have been better. So that's what I'm giving it, because I think the picture could have been better. Okay, so now let's get past that. And I think the special features could have been better too. I was a little bit disappointed about the special features because I've seen all of these before on YouTube. I've seen them on the original Halloween edition. Now we get like a, you know, a new special feature with Jamie Lee Curtis talking about her fan base and about what it's like now for her, talking about the Halloween movies, which was interesting, but at the same time I think there could have been a lot more on here. We do get a new audio commentary. We do get the Night She Came Home feature. We do get On Location 25 years later, but at the same time I think it could have been better. Alright, so let's get over to the Halloween 2 Blu-ray, basically. I had the same issue with this as I did the first Halloween. I think the picture could have been better on this, of course. You do get a lot, you know, the a lot of different, you know, features. You got The Nightmare Isn't Over, the making of Halloween 2. You get deleted scenes, alternate ending with optional audio commentary, still gallery, you know, audio commentary with the stunt coordinator. You get a bunch of different things on here, and you know, you got a bunch of cool things on here. It's awesome. Now, you know, for me, I like John Carpenter's Halloween so much, and I felt like Halloween 2 did some things right and did some things wrong. Like, there was that, you know, like that hot tub scene where Michael's killing that woman in the water, and his hands are underwater, and he's burning her face off. But why doesn't his hands burn? I never got that. Is Michael basically flame / melt proof? Is that it? Is he bullet / melt flame proof? I mean, we know that Michael's body does kind of melt a little bit. So I just thought that the realistic aspect of that could have been better when his hands were underwater. I think his hands would have burned, basically. I know that he doesn't feel pain, but I still think they would have burned. And that's a complaint I had there. I think Halloween 2 was a pretty good movie, but it's not my favorite out of the series. Now, this is just my opinion, of course, but you know, it's not my favorite. But I just think the transfer could have been a lot better. I felt it was not, you know, bright enough. The colors and the contrast, I just felt like it could have been better. So if I was to now the sound quality, of course, is a step up. Anchor Bay does an amazing job of sound quality on this. And if I was to rate this out of 10, I would give it the same rating as I did the original Halloween, which is an 8 out of 10 for sound quality, and the transfer, I think it could have been a lot better. I just think they could have did a better job of the transfer, basically. I felt it a little bit murky, not the best, but you know, it's still a good movie. It's not my favorite, but I still like Halloween 2. You know, for years I always didn't like Halloween 2, and I never watched it all the way through. And I gotta say, it's a much more enjoyable experience if you watch it all the way through. So now that I finally watched it all the way through, I can honestly say that Halloween 2, even though it's not my favorite out of the series, I would still, as a movie itself, I would give it a 7 out of 10, where I give the original a 10 out of 10. But that's just my opinion, you know, and everyone's gonna have a different opinion about Halloween 2. But the transfer and the sound quality and everything, I would give a solid 8 out of 10. I think the picture could have been better. But it does come with some fairly good special features. But at the same time, you know, I don't know. I just felt like they could have added some more things. You know what I mean? They do have a lot of good special features on here, but I think they could have added some more. I felt that way with all the Blu-rays, actually, that they could have added more, you know. But now, let's get on to the Halloween 3 Blu-ray, Season of the Witch. Not my favorite movie at all. I always hated this movie, but now I've actually... I'm going to tell you guys a little story. When I rented this movie a long time ago, I was about 16 years old. I remember my girlfriend calling me, being like, "What are you watching?" And saying, "I'm watching Halloween 3. I hate this movie. When does Michael Myers show up?" And she's like, "Michael Myers is not even in the movie." And I'm like, "Oh my god. Why would they make a Halloween movie without Michael Myers?" And that's why I didn't watch the entire movie. But now that I've actually watched this film, it's a lot better than I anticipated that it was. And that's not saying that it's not that great of a movie, but it's not as horrible as I actually thought it was. So like the acting's fairly good, but the reason why I think this is, this doesn't respect the series is the fact that Michael Myers is not in it. It's like if they made a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and it was like Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and Freddy Krueger was not in the movie whatsoever. That would piss fans off so much. And a lot of fans are really pissed off that Michael Myers was not in this movie. And Michael Myers is the star of the franchise. And we know that from Halloween 1 and 2. So the reason why they just got rid of Michael Myers because they think he's dead was just, absolutely horrible, basically. And it's disrespectful to the fans. You know what I mean? For me, it comes with a audio commentary, standalone, the making of Halloween Season of the Witch, original shooting locations, but like, I thought the transfer of this movie was really good. Way better than Halloween 1 and 2. The transfer was just fantastic. I've never seen such a great transfer of a movie. Like, they did a really good job of this. And you can tell that they really stepped up their game with this transfer. So the transfer of this movie gets a 10 out of 10. The sound is just pitch perfect. 10 out of 10. If I was to rate this, the sound quality and the picture out of 10, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I would give the movie itself. Now, this is my opinion. Now, I don't want to hear any, people bashing me because I don't like this movie in my comment list, because I know a lot of people like this movie, okay? So, please just be open to my opinion on this film. Everybody has a different opinion. Please don't bash me just because I don't like a certain Halloween film, because there's a lot of Halloween films I don't like, and there's a lot of Halloween films that you probably don't like. So let's not get into an argument about that, okay? Because I know that a lot of Halloween fans are very passionate. I mean, the whole concept of Halloween 3 is basically a ripoff of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, as the director says. And it's a really weird concept of basically the kids buy these Halloween masks, and it's really weird because it makes like snakes and bugs come out of their heads, and their heads turn into mush, and it's a really bizarre movie. And apparently it possesses the kids and gets people to kill people, and it has this whole concept of being almost like a sci-fi movie with like robots and stuff. It's really weird movie, okay? So, and then not only that, but I don't think it respected Halloween 1 and 2, because I just feel like this film was more of a sci-fi movie, where the first two concentrated on who the main character is, which is Michael Myers. And that's why Halloween 3 does not respect the franchise. It does not respect the main character. And it doesn't respect, who that main character is, which is Michael Myers, of course. And it's not a true sequel. It's just something of its own. It shouldn't even be called Halloween 3. It should be called Season of the Witch. Would it be a good movie by itself? Yeah, but it's not. It's Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. And you have to take that in consideration. Now Nightmare on Elm Street 3 basically would not be good without Freddy. If they made it into their own thing, it would be bizarre and it wouldn't be good. And fans would not like that. And that's why a lot of fans didn't like this movie. But this is kind of like almost like a lot of people like this movie now. But that's bizarre to me, because I don't feel like this movie respected the fans. But really good transfer, of course. The special features are alright. There's not that many. Commentary. There's the standalone. The making of Halloween Season 3, the season of the Witch. Uh, you know, there's original shooting locations, and there's a bunch of stuff like that, as you can see. But, you know, it doesn't come with 2 discs. It comes with 1 disc. And, you know, I was kind of a little bit disappointed with the special features. But the transfer and the sound was amazing. You couldn't get a better transfer and sound of this. 10 out of 10 for both of them, of course. And I would say that it is really well done as far as the Blu-ray goes. But like, the movie to me wasn't as good as the original Halloween, or even Halloween 2, which isn't my favorite, but I still like it a lot better than this movie. Okay, you know what I mean? But I would, if I was to rate it out of 10, now this is my opinion, so don't bash me if you don't like my opinion, but I would give it a 4 out of 10, because I am rating this as a Halloween fan, not rating this as a Season of the Witch fan. And I didn't think the story was that amazing to begin with. I thought the acting was pretty good, but I don't think the story was that good, and I don't think it respected the franchise, and that's why I'm giving it a little low score here. But still, the transfer is amazing, the sound quality is amazing. So if you are a fan of Halloween 3, definitely worth, you know, checking out. Despite, you know, the lack of special features, I think it could have came with a lot more special features than what it came with. So let's move on. So, you know, let's move on. But yeah, definitely one of the best looking Blu-rays, and the box set, though. Definitely. So if you're a fan, this is definitely a bonus, alright? So let's move on to The Return of Michael Myers. Really amazing transfer. Really great sound. One of my favorite movies. I absolutely love this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is not in this movie, of course, but we got Danielle Harris, and she is phenomenal, you know, child actress in this movie, and she does an amazing job, and she is just amazing. And 4 and 5 here, really great actress. And of course, we got the return of Dr. Loomis come back, and here Donald Pleasant. Really great film. We got audio commentary, 2 audio commentaries. Really lack of special features on this. Ugh. This should have had more special features, and I was looking for more special features because I really like this movie. And if I was to rate Halloween for itself out of 10, I would give it a solid, you know, 9 out of 10. But the sound quality, it gets a 10 out of 10 for me, and so does the picture. And, you know, Halloween 4 is a great film. I like it. Halloween 5, I even like more than Halloween 4, in fact. And I found this out by watching it again. I really enjoy this movie. I like the twist ending. Really well done. Really great acting in this. Really great film, by the way. You should definitely check out this. Comes with 2 audio commentaries. Halloween 5 on set. So that's one more, you know, special feature, of course, than number 4. But still, lack of special features. I mean, step up your game, Anchor Bay. I could probably find more special features on YouTube about Halloween 4 and 5 than what is included on this. Seriously, Anchor Bay, what is wrong with you? I paid a lot of money for this. I want more special features. And that's me complaining, of course. And I do have the right to complain. I paid top dollar for this. But 10 out of 10 for the sound quality and the picture. Really amazing. I really enjoyed this. Now, we Curse of Michael Myers. Now, I don't personally enjoy this movie because I felt the ending wasn't that great. I think it could have been better. The whole Donald Pleasant, spoiler alert, becoming like Michael Myers, and the producer's cut. Oh my god, terrible. Do not like it. Terrible ending. Oh my god. And I don't think it respected Danielle Harris's character and this Jamie. Of course, they wanted Danielle Harris to come back, and she wanted more money than what they wanted to pay her, and they're like, we're not paying you any more money. You're not an important character. This movie's not about you, basically, and disrespect her on the phone, which is why she hung up. And they talk about that bullshit that went down with the cast and crew, you know what I'm saying, and how they didn't respect her. And I'm just so glad that she came back for the Rob Zombie movie, because she was like, she read the script and she was like, I don't really want to do this. My character gets shot in the head. I don't like how that happens. She read the producer's cut, basically. And the theatrical edition was the director basically wanting to make a more gory edition than what they had. Over the top kills and everything. The producer cut, I guess you could say, was more accurate on people's deaths and everything, because they kind of censor it. They don't show you the whole thing, you know, what's going on. But the theatrical cut, in a way, to me is a little bit superior, because even though it's over the top, you know, kills and everything, it's still a lot of fun, you know, to watch. Where the producer's cut's just like, I don't know, I don't really like the producer's cut at all. I don't like her character getting shot in the head. But I don't like the way she died in the theatrical edition either, you know, Jamie. And I don't think it respected her, you know, Danielle Harris's character. I don't like it, you know. And I don't like the ending of the producer's cut. And I don't like the ending of the theatrical cut. So, you know, I don't like the movie that much. To tell you guys the truth, if I was to rate the movie out of 10, I'd give it about a 3. Did not like the movie that much at all. The only good acting I thought was, you know, by Donald Pleasant as Dr. Loomis, and that was about it. I don't like any of the characters in this movie. I don't even like Tommy. I don't like anyone. I don't care about anyone. But, you know, as far as the special features go, this is fantastic. You know, you got a new audio commentary. You got, you know, interview with Danielle Harris about the bullshit she had to put up with and why she didn't do this movie. You got, you know, the interview with the producer. You got new acting, Scared, knew the shape of things, Haddonfield, the horrors. You got photography. You got new Full Circle. You got new cast and crew, tribute to Don Pleasant. You got, you know, the behind the scenes footage. I mean, alternate and deleted scenes. This is definitely the amazing Blu-ray for people that love this movie. I mean, you got, look at that. You got the 2 editions of the film. Look at this edition. This edition, to me, could have been a lot better. Why didn't it have the TV extended cut in full HD? That's total bull. That is bull. Okay, I'm going to put that out right there. And if you guys want to watch it, it's actually on the Rob Zombie version, and it's back here called the Complete Collection Bonus Disc. Because, you know, you got it right there. But you don't get to watch it in full HD. You get to watch it in half HD with the standard def scenes, you know, in there. I mean, it's bull. You know, so definitely, yeah, this is a definitely better edition than the original Halloween. Right here, okay? As far as special features go, I think comes with both editions, and so let's you know, move on here. The first Halloween movie I ever watched, basically, and I remember watching this when I was 10 years old with my sister, and just loving it, and going back and watching it is like revisiting your childhood, basically. If you've seen this when you were a kid. And the return of Jamie Lee Curtis is amazing, and you know, I really enjoyed it, and the ending is really fantastic. I love this movie. If I was to rate it out of 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I still like 4 and 5 better, and I like the original better, but I really like this movie. Really great film. 8 out of 10 for me. Jamie Lee Curtis is, you know, just phenomenal in this film. This movie did not piss me off at all. I loved it. Fantastic. Yeah, even LL Cool J does a good job of acting in this movie. Really great film. And comes with new commentary, new The Making of Halloween H2O featuring Jamie Lee Curtis. This is kind of like the special feature of The Making of Halloween H2O was really well done. They really gave you an in-depth review, and I really wish that Anchor Bay had done that more for like Halloween 4 and 5, like what they did for this Blu-ray, because the special features on here was really good, really fantastic. The transfer I thought was good, but I still don't think it was a 10 out of 10. I think it could have been a little bit better. There was a lot of grain in some scenes. I felt it wasn't like enough contrast or bright enough. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Still a solid transfer, but not my favorite. But the sound quality, you know, the 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio was really good. I would give it a solid 10 out of 10 for sound quality. And of course, special features are amazing on this, so definitely worth getting in the box set. Halloween Resurrection. And I feel like Halloween Resurrection was a horrible, horrible movie. Oh my god. If I was to rate this out of 10, I would give it a 2, and that's for Busta Rhymes, of course, because he is amazing, Busta Rhymes. And the sound quality is good. The picture's not that great at all. I don't really like it. But then you know you got that found footage thing going on basically, and I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy it, and I felt like Jamie Lee Curtis's like Laurie's death in this movie was horrible, absolutely horrible, and I don't like this movie at all. So I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 for just Busta Rhymes. And you know the special features on here comes with the alternate endings. The alternate endings are actually better than I thought the original endings. Like when one of my favorite alternate ending on this movie is basically when they think Michael's dead and Michael puts his hand up on Busta Rhymes' neck, and the girl just hits Michael in the face with the axe. Whoa! That ending was awesome. Why didn't you guys have that in the original ending? Way better than the original ending of the film, I thought. But yeah, I mean, it comes with some good special features. You got, you know, lots of different things here. You know, you got a set interview with Jamie Lee Curtis, vintage interviews. But I think it could have had some more special features. But regardless, it comes with a lot of cool things. Like the alternate scenes were awesome. And, you know, like endings and everything. So, you know, they got a bunch of different things on here. Alright, so moving on to of course, the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. We have Halloween 2007 right here. Comes with the unrated director's cut, audio commentary, deleted scenes, bloopers, features, reimaging of Halloween, meet the cast, Scouting the Compton screen test, documentary, Michael Lives, The Making of Halloween. Really, really great special features on here, of course, that you get on, you know, like the normal edition. But, you know, I think it could have included the theatrical edition. I mean, that would have been nice for fans to been able to watch finally, you know, the theatrical and the unrated edition, because a lot of people didn't get, you know, to watch that. And I know that Rob Zombie prefers the unrated editions of his films, but at the same time, I think it would have been nice if people could have had the option to watch the theatrical editions. Now, I think Rob Zombie did a really good idea, you know, of revisiting basically Michael Myers' childhood and showing that his childhood was, he had a messed up childhood. It's funny going back and watching Halloween Resurrection and having the characters moving around, trying to figure out why Michael Myers was the way he was. And it's almost like in Halloween Resurrection, they were like, oh, he had a really messed up childhood. Look at all these like messed up things. But they never really explain anything. And the cool thing about Rob Zombie is Rob Zombie, he makes this not only a remake, but almost like a prequel because he shows why Michael Myers is the way he is, which is really cool. And he shows that Michael basically has a messed up childhood because his mom is a stripper and his sister won't take him trick-or-treating, and they explain why he loses his insanity and that he's basically a psychopath, as Dr. Loomis says, and you can tell that because of the way he was, you know, treating the animals and everything, like his pet rats and all kinds of weird messed up things going on in this film, explaining about why Michael Myers became the way he is. And a lot of people don't like this. Some people don't like this movie because of the swearing and everything, but I think the swearing makes it more grounded in reality, because when people come up in a really messed up like childhood, some people do turn into psychopaths, and that explores the whole like messed up childhood turning into a psychopath kind of like ordeal here, right? And that's really cool. I mean, Scout Taylor Compton does a fantastic job as Laurie in this film, and it's really cool to see Danielle Harris's return in this film as Scout Taylor Compton's friend. That's really cool, and I think Rob Zombie did a really good job of this movie. I really enjoyed it. And when we get to now, we get on to Halloween 2. Now that, you know, Halloween 2 to me, I really like this movie. I do like it more than the original Halloween 2, because I felt like Halloween 2 was almost like kind of like falling almost in that kind of like generic kind of like slasher movie, you know, kind of like content basically, where it was just going into like Michael going around slashing everyone. Where Halloween 2 explores a lot of really cool things, like what Michael sees, and I always wanted to see Michael's point of view about what he sees in his head, and it really gets into that, and it's really cool because they show, you know, how Dr. Loomis becomes, you know, like kind of like a sellout, which a lot of people do, you know, when they sell books and stuff. I mean, you could argue that a lot of people have made money off the Zodiac Killer and other things, and that they're sellouts too. That's a really interesting view on, you know, like serial killers, because a lot of people do make money off serial killers, and a lot of families don't like that. So that explores that whole idea, and Rob Zombie shows that. Now, the only thing I didn't think was perfect about this movie was the kid that played Michael Myers, like the young Michael Myers, was not as good as, of course, the original Rob Zombie Halloween, right here, the remake. His you know, first remake. Like, I think that like the kid in this movie was just way better than this movie right here. But regardless, you know, I gotta say, top-notch transfers on both, top-notch sound, 10 out of 10 for both of them, fantastic picture and sound, and you know, I really enjoyed the special features. I really enjoyed, you know, the blooper reel, the audio commentary, deleted and alternated scenes, and I really enjoy Halloween 2, regardless of some of the fan backlash on it or whatever. I think it's a really good movie, and I really like the ending of the movie. I think that it really respected Danielle Harris's character, and they really gave her a nice death in basically Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, because in, you know, the other ones they didn't give her a proper death. In this one, they do give her a proper death, and she even talks about that on the Curse of Michael Myers Halloween Blu-ray. So it's really cool, you know, that all of the characters, Laurie Strode and Danielle Harris got proper deaths, because I don't feel like in Halloween Resurrection or Halloween 6 the characters got proper deaths, but in this film I feel like they did, and I really like that. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, the acting in this film is amazing, top notch. I love everything about this movie, about these two movies. I like it. I mean, I heard they're gonna make a third one. I think that's cool. I know that Rob Zombie's not directing it, but I've heard different things that, you know, it might be its own thing or it might be a sequel or whatever. But you know, that's cool. I would like to see a third movie in this series with Scout Taylor Compton coming back. Or if there's a whole new thing, that's cool too. But regardless, I mean, this is a really great box set. Is it worth the money? Yeah, if you can get it for the right price. Is it worth $90? Not really, but it's definitely worth at least $40. And if you're a Halloween fan like me, you gotta pay that $90. So definitely go get it and check it out, because it's amazing. And have an awesome night, everyone.